and tally on for ages 5 and up. The goal of this game is to fill the delivery truck with the correct number of boxes. So we're trying to reach 21 here, and we have 12 in our play pile. So if this were my hand, I would choose one that would be less than or equal to 21 when added to what's already in the play pile. So we're at 12, I would add 6, and I would say 18. So then this player here, the only card they could play that would be under 21 would be the 2, which would put them at 20. And now since I don't have a 1 in my hand, even after replacing that one, I can't play at all. So the cards go to the other player here, and they get to collect that pile. And you keep going until the whole deck is done. There's also different variations. You can play with this wooden die to roll to different numbers that you can tally on to, or you could even try a subtraction to go backwards. Pelican Cove is for ages 8 and up, and it really prepares kids for some advanced math concepts later on. It's also just really fun for adults to play, for date night, and you can even play it with one player. So each round, you flip out a card for each pelican, and the card will tell you what that pelican is requesting. And every player will then try and place all of their colored pelicans on the nest, on their nesting board, before the timer runs out, and try and satisfy each of the pelican's requests. So for instance here, the white pelican wants to be in one of these spaces. The black one wants to be catty corner from the purple. The orange in these, the purple one wants the same thing that the white one wants. So you look back over here in one of these spaces. The blue one can be anywhere. The red one wants to be 2 spaces away from the orange. The green next to the orange, the red or the yellow catty corner from the red. And then whichever ones did not get the correct placement or did not get placed will earn you a penalty. In Trifusion, the object of the game is for players to put one of their colored game tiles here into play each turn, trying to join it to the largest connected area to score points. At the end of the game, the player with the most points wins. So for instance, I couldn't play this here because it is only connecting here, but the green and yellow don't match. I could play this one here, and my score would be 1 for connecting to 1 blue, and 1, 2, 3, 4 for connecting to 4 yellow. And then we just keep a tally of our score right here, and the player at the end is the one with the most points. In Shore Seekers, players take turns rolling the dice, trying to reach a sum of 7 or less, and based on the roll, they get to move their turtle that many spaces around the island. Whenever we reach the entrance to the nesting site, which is there on space 21, it shows how many eggs we lay based on the top clutch card. At the end of the game, the player with the most eggs laid wins. In order to play, you take turns rolling the die. So if I rolled a 3 on my first die, I can choose to move 3 spaces. Or I can choose to risk it and roll another die. So in this case, if I roll 2, I could move 3 plus 2, 5 spaces, but I get to double it since I rolled 2 dice. And the same thing with a third. I could triple it if I rolled 3 dice. But if you roll more than 7, your turtle has to go back to the coral reef. The other fun thing about this is you can land on top of other turtles. And if that happens, the player on the top gets to decide whether the player on the bottom keeps rolling or not, and has to carry them that many spaces. And if they pass the nesting site, only the player on the top gets the card.